Hi, welcome to this. This is a follow-up video, and it's kind of in reply to a comment that Sever Van Snug made about the previous video. And his comment is valid, absolutely. But the video that I made previously was based on my incorrect assumption that the graphic was actually a raster image, so pixel based, and drawing a curve around it was the logical conclusion to that. I went back to the original post and I downloaded the document again and had another look at it, and unfortunately I got it all wrong, because it's not actually a raster image, it's an embedded vector. And the way that I found that one out was because it says embedded document, and also when you double click on the document it opens up and inside it is a vector graphic. So based on that information, Sever is right. It's easy enough to merge that shape, the leaf shape, and this. There is a slightly faster way. You can duplicate the layer. You can open that layer up and select all the components inside it. Then go to create compound, layer create compound. That creates a compound shape. The way compound seems to work in Affinity is it picks the bottom layer's fill and uses that, and hence this colour, this one being the bottom layer, this colour. In Illustrator, all of the compound shapes retain their colours. Maybe in a future release, maybe 1.8, 1.82, something daft like that, we get to have all the shapes retain their colours. But in the meantime, this is the way that Affinity works. So once you've got your compound shape and everything's got a lovely outline to it, you can go to the Move tool, say Convert to Curves, go to the Colour tab, and the primary and secondary colour selectors, you can flip these so it moves the colour from fill to stroke. You can then change that colour by selecting the, I would say that's secondary, maybe primary, secondary, and we'll change it to a red so it stands out. And there we have a lovely contour selection. You also have the original graphic. Now if you have a load of these on a page and the material that you're cutting from moves slightly, you potentially have a problem where you get a white edge either here or up here, somewhere on the graphic, depends on how the paper or whatever it is that you're using moves. So what you need to do is create a bleed, and it's fairly easy to do that. You just select each of these graphics and add a stroke to it so it goes over this line, and you can actually do that kind of en masse. Easiest way to do it really is just to select each component, select the colour, add the colour to the stroke selector, change. Right, so in the original post they were asking about adding a 1mm internal offset, but the document's actually in points, so if I change the units to millimeters it'll make it a bit easier. So we change the size to 2 and tab, and that adds a 1mm outside and a 1mm inside. And the reason I've done that is because if you have an outside stroke, there can be a kind of a slight white line. Doesn't always show when you print out, but it's just worth noting. If I zoom in, I can show you. So I'll just turn off the contour line and I offset that. You see this little line here? Very faint. It doesn't get any bigger if you zoom in. It just stays faint. It's just worth noting. Just something to be aware of. Okay, so keeping it to 2mm and centre aligned gets rid of that line. So then we just continue adding, press V to select the move tool, adding a 2mm stroke to everything. 2mm and then tab, and then we can change the colour like so, and then go to the whip and select the colour, add that, go to stroke, and open 2, add that. Then we can do the leaves. So again, 2mm, colour, boom, colour, oops, stroke, 2mm. So then we go up to the top and we turn the contour line on. So now if the material that you're cutting from moves slightly, you will still maintain the colour and you won't get a white edge. This happens a lot in printing, and a lot of people, they will add a bleed to the subject, to the graphic, in order to maintain its kind of colour integrity. And that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that pacifies Seva. Thank you very much.